All right, warriors, welcome back. Before we get started, let's do a breathing exercise. It's going to take 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 5 segundos. We're going to breathe in deep. Despacito. Very slowly. Breathe in deep, hold it, and then release together. Warriors, what we want to do is regulate that heart, that bug fever, your core. It's all the same shit. The shock and awe of it, what you teach yourself is to not react, because what narcissists are trying to do is get you to react. And because when you react with spontaneity, you play right into their playbook. And what this screams to the narcissist, you can be played. You can be triggered. You can be manipulated. And I just found your PIN number. And you gave it away. The importance of being the mystery. Unreadable, unpredictable, unreachable is your greatest superpower. It's like kryptonite. You see, if the enemy can't figure you out and they don't know what you're doing or thinking, they can't hurt you. Narcissists know all too well the greatest threat to the narcissist is to become irrelevant. When you become indifferent, the very existence of a narcissist ceases. All right, y'all, I got a little bit interruptious. And look, I can't complain. I put in the work order. I had to stop the video. Yeah, I was out here moving stuff. Come on now. Hook a brother up. Look, 5 seconds, 5 Mississippis. Let's align ourselves. Let's take a badass walk on the beach. And look, subscriptions. Be sure and hit that button, that subscriptions button. Let's do this breathing exercise. Let's take a badass walk on the beach. Let's talk about how we can figure out a way to present what we know and had to go through with the feels and dealing with narcissism, and find a way to deliver this priceless information to a younger generation without them having to feel it and go through the go-throughs. In other words, wake up the sleeping warriors instead of healing to wounded warriors. This is why we're a triple threat to narcissism and all toxicity. We're creative thinkers, and we will find a fucking way. In the meantime, let's take a badass walk on the beach. Let's heal that badass voice of reason, and let's get the devil so pissed off that he himself will punish his own demons for ever waking you the fuck up. Because understand clearly, the devil told them to fuck off long time ago. You know how I know? The multitude of fails on your life. It wasn't meant to be. And they kept pushing it, they kept pushing it, and failing. Never taking the hint. No. You see, what they hide and you don't see is the shadow boxing at night. Even in their fucking dreams, they're pissed her off first. It's because that's why they wake up so fucking wore out. Some wake up swinging. Just swinging. 5 seconds, man. Let's do this. Come on. Release slowly. All right. Shake that off, man. Shake it off. Dios mío. It's never yours. It was never yours. And look, not everything you hear in emergency you see requires action from you. Observation, without personalizing, is where you gain the most information. And look, know this, look, fixing to freak y'all out a little. When I tell you we need to find ways to articulate ourselves to wake up the sleeping warrior, this is how far advanced our ancestors were. They hid it in story, because back then literacy was power. Knowing to read and write and communicate. How did they communicate warnings without becoming a target themselves to the tyranny around them? Nursery rhymes. Little Red Riding Hood, Peter Piper, Three Little Pigs, Lady Who Lived in a Shoe. How about Jack and the Beanstalk? And Humpty Dumpty. Yeah. No. There's more. Three Blind Mice. And my all-time favorite, been around for thousands of years, Scooby-Doo and Mr. Magoo. I was on a roll for a second there. I know. But look, I remember this much. Stuff started going to shit when coaches in the NFL stopped wearing suits and ties, and Mr. Rogers died. Yeah, Tom Landry days. That's about the era where give a damn ended. Give a shit stopped. A culture of prosperity has created a culture of selfishness. And I'm fixing to freak y'all out, so grab your leche, grab your coffee, whatever it is, so you don't go spewing it out your nariz. Some of y'all need to hear it. Some of y'all know it. Some of y'all's fixing to know it. There are two kinds of people listening to me right now. Those that's fixing to experience it and those that have. Some of y'all solved your own murder plot. And it was everyone around you, and each one had a role to play. As you went into isolation, start connecting these dots, you realized and started to watch them play their role. Warriors, many of you, a decision was made by a coven, soulless, lacking conscious, that you were worth more being eliminated and silenced than you were alive, because little by little, you see, you began doubting the narcissists around you, their self-assigned authority over you. And you started saying things like, I don't believe you. Well, call. Let's verify. Trust but verify. This put into motion a decision among misfits to eliminate you forever, to cash out on you. The warnings were given to us in fairy tale. The interweb delivers it shock and awe, because not only are coaches able to speak from experience experience, but you also come to realize who failed us on a grander scale. In these secretos, this awareness, this priceless information. You see, many of us started to believe the greatest manipulation and lie, just like many put so much credence on riches or wealth as having common sense, as having virtue. We put too much authority on degrees, PhDs, MDs, masters, doctorates, and certifications. And I'm not knocking it because I got them. What I'm saying is, putting too much authority on that opens Pandora's box for evil to exercise a grander manipulation. Think about it. Doctors have failed us. We're the most unhealthy society the world has ever recorded history. Therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists have failed us. The most degreed, but underexperienced. We've had the greatest number of mental illness walking the streets among us, 3 out of 4. And I think the 4th one ain't taking their medicine. Look, politicians, government, the authority figures go in with a good heart, but succumb to the evil around them. The system corrupts. You see, many believe that the Declaration of Independence was created in case the Brits came back, and it wasn't that. It was created to protect us from tyranny against our own kind. Because too much authority in one place is dangerous. And the forefathers understood this and had to spread that kind of authority and power across the board thinly, because no one could have that kind of authority and exercise self-control and not want to keep it. Warriors, break all the routines, be the mystery, be unpredictable, and never share, instead observe in silence. Don't be confrontational, because look at narcissists and all toxic people in this way. They suffer from spiritual leprosy. I say that because they know they're doing wrong, otherwise they wouldn't hide it. So they're self-aware. They're pissed off more because you remind them of the shit that they've done and don't want to deal with, but they keep digging themselves deeper in the fucking hole. And they've tried to justify it to you and couldn't win you over. You see, when a narcissist can't trip you up, that split personality comes out in them. Some of y'all were thankful to meet the one that you did, the diplomat, which you have no idea was they were wanting to gift you with 6 more they were hiding. Those are the masks of the clown, the dumbass with a crown, the one they were hoping you would elect. Warriors, let me tell y'all something, especially you badasses who have met your partner, your superpower, especially those who are in this awareness together. You see, don't get entangled with these dumbasses. Don't get entangled with narcissism. Don't get... look, that's not for you. You have your mission. Your purpose is to raise these young leaders and make as many babies as you can. The world needs y'all. Of all people that needs to be procreating is the ones with good sense. Busy yourself teaching these future leaders. And look, let us single warriors deal with these reprobates. Because we also have purpose. And look at these opportunities as divine appointments. Spanking here and there. And the only thing that breaks the heart of a true warrior is a collateral damage that happens because some of y'all stubborn asses is still trying to defend the lie. Don't be so comfortable with the lie that you're uncomfortable with the truth. Narcissists are going to be pissed, wouldn't you? I mean, look, they lost their Happy Meal and the toy. Look, of course they're going to be sporting bad behavior. They lost their precious. Let me share a story that how to alchemize and what narcissists fear more than anything in the world is not only exposure, but when they run into someone who can alchemize an experience and gain strength from it. You see, what narcissists are hoping for is that the memory or image of them triggers negativity. But when you're able to alchemize that as a true warrior, all past experiences, especially the near-death ones, you see, those proven you to be who you are now. Wisdom comes from experience, scars, battle wounds. Experience comes from bad decisions. Great stories come from bad decisions. Wisdom comes from learning from them bad decisions. So when you hear someone that's quite impressive in giving advice, they've been rode hard, put up wet to be where they're at. They've gone through the go-throughs. It's why to them, even when they're teaching or explaining or consulting or giving advice, it don't matter what you do with it. The reality is, and the fear in others is how you're able to predict what hasn't happened yet, and that's when they come back to learn. Because narcissism have predictable behaviors. And when you can reverse narcology it, oh, it's going to send them out, man. Yeah, they're going to be spitting shit out their fundi fly. This one's from Robert. And the girls send it from the office. So all I know is Robert Torbay. What do narcissists fear more than being alone? By understanding what others want most, we know what they fear. The opposite. The narcissist wishes to dissolve you and make you disappear, leaving only a slave obsessed with an image of them in your mind. The opposite is that you dissolve that image and become stronger by using them as fuel. You reduce them to nothing making them irrelevant. That image is no longer something to dwell on and become miserable. It is something you burn up, turn into fuel. Why talk to them or their image when you can use them instead? Can I get a what? What? No, I added that part. I could. It requires nothing else. Enough said. And let's go over some big mistakes, y'all. Check this out. We need to remind ourselves, because look, one thing we need to understand is narcissists are like babies. They are arrested development at baby food. You got to mash your shit so they can eat it. But they got a hankering for steak and potatoes, and they choke. That's why they choke. Every connection. Choke. Every time they have the smallest of responsibilities that we hold as bare minimum as an adult human being to provide for themselves, they wish to be applauded for. They want steak and potatoes, but they're going to choke. You're supposed to be a spectator. But if they hoover, and look, you know you would hoover you. Don't, stop that shit. You know you would. All I'm saying is, for that provocation, that insult to your intelligence, you have the blessing to say, I told you so. Leave it alone. Okay, that's what I would do. What I'm going to tell you is don't answer the door. Don't be available. Go ghost. Blow the fucking bridge up. You got a better quality of life. Be thankful for that and move on. See, that's like saying, I didn't learn from my first boot camp. Let's do this again and again and again and again. Big mistakes. Things we don't need to ignore anymore. These are red flags. Because what you might be dealing with is a narcissist, a redneck, or it might be your toxic ass from hitting that damn narc pipe. Big mistakes. Has road rage issues. Right off the damn bat. This thing's hitting hard. Occasionally wakes up and finds himself staring into the refrigerator. The fidgetator. Known to be a terrible gift giver. I knew one dude, look, he fulfilled his whole Christmas list at the dollar store. That ain't no shit. And was proud to it. Yeah, because he did it. Awful in bed. Does that mean sleep farter? Does that include? Okay. Installed a urinal in their bathroom at home. You know what? That almost sounds like a Goodrist idea. I had one in the deer blind. Requires their partner to commit to donating their body to science. You know, on driver's license in the U.S., you can be a donor, organ donor. I'm afraid that because there is a black market for organs, you know that. Well, I'm just saying, I'd hate to be passed up for amongst the living because it garnishes a higher market value for me to go night-night, but keep me fresh. You know what I'm saying? No. Keeps a 10-foot boa constrictor as a pet and feeds it live rabbits. Yeah. Things to pay attention to. Narcissists that are kind of on that gray line, experimentatious. Yeah, one of those common denominators with most of those is them hurting animals. Experimentatious. Before they kind of take that next leap. Graduate. Psychopathy. Sometimes sneaks into the toilet to take a power nap during dinner parties. needs a little bit of that sugar booger, doesn't change out of their pajamas for the entire weekend. Dammer gets to smelling like cheese. Routinely forgets to flush. Are you kidding? Leaving them swole ass gators? That's just epic. I can't make this shit up. They consult their fortune teller before they make any major decisions. Dang it. They like to line up 3 dates in one day. 2 out of the 3 is getting ghosted. Or it's just a blanket text. And then they hit you up with, well, what are your plans? And decide which plan is more better, besterest, funnerest. You know, so they can take pictures and post it on their Snapchat, their Twitter, X, their Facebook. Yeah. Fruity dates. Everyone's out for the pump and dump while you're trying to date with purpose and wondering why you're getting the same outcomes. Learn. You see, because narcissists have been using y'all as a plaything. And you know it. That's what pisses you off more than anything. Fuck the narcissist. You learned. And now you're going to have orbiters, narcissists, that want their turn. And they're going to want to know who fucked up the Happy Meal and a toy. Sounds like this. Who hurt you? You're toxico or toxica. Yeah. Because look, only desperation starts to shame you, guilt you, and insult you. If you smell shit, you see shit, you ain't got to bend over and taste it no more to know it's shit. Well, y'all are awesome. Hey, look, if you stuck around this fucking long, you deserve to get a reading from the Jeep Glove Box Cookie. This is time for love and affection. This is a time for love and affection. Wow. Is it really? Okay. Yeah. I can agree. Love thy damn self. You feel me, warriors? Love yourself. Some of us had no business getting into relationships. And some of y'all come to realize the damn truth. You solved your own murder plot. And for others, you fell for the baby trap. You'll no longer deceive yourself into believing what you hear. It's what you see in actions, say and scream everything. And I want you to remember who was there for you in your silence. Because they're going to want to be the ones to beg for you to be there for them. I need you to be prepared. Alchemize the hurt. Make it unbearable for the narcissist to come back. They got to pay their karma. See, they pissed off the devil himself. Get out there and fucking own it. Shake the dirt off your asses. This ain't for the weak. I'm proud of you. You're numero uno. You ain't nobody's bitch. No, psst, mira. Look at me. You carry that damn smile with the confidence it was earned. And you command the respect you earned. Appreciate all your support. You're badass remarks. Now get out there. It's never goodbye, warriors. It's always until next time. Namaste.